Hey guys, I'm just rewatching a bunch of fights from UFC 308. It was a very fun card, enjoyed it. It kind of started off a bit slow with the first couple fights, but then really picked up. Had some good moments in it, good finishes. Obviously, main event, co-main event were spectacular, and right now I'm going to be talking about the co-main event because I already made a video on the main event. Khamzat Chimaev versus Robert Whittaker, which I believe this is the first time I've picked against Khamzat Chimaev. Going into this fight, I thought Robert Whittaker was a nightmare matchup. Very good on the ground in terms of defense. Was on a two-fight win streak. Has really only lost to like the best people in it, which is Israel Adesanya and Dricus du Plessis. So I thought he'd be able to weather the storm of the first round and then just beat up on Khamzat Chimaev. And then maybe, honestly, I was kind of thinking maybe he would TKO him later on in the fight just because Khamzat versus Kamaru Usman was not a good fight for Khamzat Chimaev. Honestly, it could have been a draw, in my opinion, but you get the point. Insane what happened eventually, but kind of going into this, I was like, man, Khamzat Chimaev really doesn't have finishes over top level guys. Like he took Kamaru Usman to a questionable decision, gassed out, went to war with Gilbert Burns, which is still a good win and was definitely a very impressive, especially how lower ranked he was and then shooting up there. But the issue with that was Gilbert Burns later on lost. I believe he's on a 3 fight losing streak right now. He's lost to Bilal Muhammad where he injured his arm, lost to Jack Della Maddalena, and then lost to Sean Brady recently. So that's 3 losses in a row, and he was on a 2 fight win streak, but you get the idea. And they had beaten him a bit better, so that win hadn't really aged as well as you would hope. His win against Kamaru Usman was questionable, so he's 2 wins against high-level dudes, or decisions, and not clear wins, in my opinion, which was an issue. Other than that, he had kind of steamrolled through people, but that's the issue. It was against Kevin Holland and Li Jingliang, which aren't like amazing wins. Like they're fine wins, but it's just not what you really want if you're supposed to be like this boogeyman. So I was like, what are the chances he finishes Robert Whittaker? And then he goes in there, outstrikes him, shoots for a takedown instantly. Like, this dude has fast takedowns. This guy's probably got the fastest takedown entries you've ever seen. And he looked massive for this fight, which is crazy considering Robert Whittaker walks around, I think, 215. So, like, that means Hamza has to walk around, like, 220, 230 at least, somewhere there in that median of it. And he just takes him down, and he starts getting him into a face crank. And Robert Whittaker taps, like, very quickly, which for a lot of people, including me especially, I was like, why the fuck did he tap? Like, this dude's known for being a really good defensive grappler. Why did he tap instantly? Like, it wasn't even locked in. It was like a face crank. And then later on, we found out the reason why is Khamzat Chimaev basically broke Robert Whittaker's jaw and even was moving the teeth back with how strong this dude is, which is horrifying to think about. And then I'm thinking about, like, this dude's rear naked choke is insane. So imagine getting face cranked with that. That's got to be, like, brutal. And I'm happy for Khamzat Chimaev. Honestly, I could see him getting a title shot over Sean Strickland. Sean Strickland's coming off of 1 win against Paulo Costa, who at that time had already lost to Robert Whittaker in his previous fight. And Robert Whittaker was on a 2 fight winning streak. So I really could see Khamzat Chimaev just jumping it because he has a more recent win, is technically more active than Sean Strickland, which I saw somebody saying that. I was like, this is his first fight of the year. He's had a year layoff, but I could really see UFC giving him the title shot. He has an impressive finish over basically the number 1 or number 2 guy. I don't remember. Honestly, I could see giving the title shot, or he just waits for after Sean Strickland versus Dricus du Plessis. He takes a year off anyway. What's 1 more year, but you get the idea. But honestly, I kind of worry for Robert Whittaker because that was not a good loss to have. The injury from it is definitely going to make his chin and just ability to take a punch even worse. I'm worried about the damage from that because, basically a broken jaw. Like Bruno Silva, who was on this card as well, after getting like his jaw broken from Alex Pereira, he's never been the same. I think he's won 1 fight since then, and I think he's had like 6 or 7 fights. So, not really good. I worry for that because I really like Robert Whittaker, but I do worry for him. But good on Khamzat Chimaev. Got to win. Sounds a lot of critics, including me, excited. I think he has a chance to become a champion because he's a very dominant grappler, best wrestler that Dricus Plessis will ever face. Has a chance of winning, but Dricus also could, pull a Dricus and just win. But that's my thoughts on that. Bye.